Welcome to Shelbrook Speaks Out, where we explore ideas, thoughts, and perspectives purely from our own point of view. Please note that the discussions in this podcast are based on personal opinions and should not be taken as professional advice or factual information. We encourage you to think critically, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Thanks for tuning in, and let's dive into today's topic. Hello and welcome to Shelbrook Speaks Out. I'm Ben Shelbrook, and today I'm speaking directly to the presidents of the United States, current and future. Today I address a series of critical reforms designed to enhance transparency, accountability, and effectiveness within our government. We will explore how clear communication, streamlined processes, and strict accountability and modernized systems can help restore the trust placed in our leaders. Let's begin. I do want to start off with this is not a political bandwagon. These are my points of views that I've seen from the years of my life, and I keep seeing all these little degradations within our government, from the president all the way down to your local municipalities. So I'm kind of expanding out on that and hopefully shoot for the stars, and who knows, might land on the moon. Let's find out. Number one, restructuring government systems with clear and precise language. For too long, government documents, whether they be laws, regulations, or executive orders, have been written in dense, legalistic language. When documents are simplified into plain language, citizens of all educational backgrounds can understand their rights and responsibilities. Clear language fosters greater public engagement because individuals are more likely to participate in civic life when they can readily comprehend what the government is communicating. This change not only encourages involvement, but it also helps ensure that every citizen is informed about policy decisions that directly affect their lives. Moreover, when language is made clear and accessible, it becomes significantly easier to hold public officials accountable. Vague or complex phrasing can hide loopholes or ambiguities that make it difficult to discern whether policies are being implemented as intended. Transparent language enables the public to scrutinize the actions of their leaders and demand explanations when discrepancies arise, thereby reinforcing a system of checks and balances. And finally, reducing the ambiguity in our legal and governmental documents minimizes the misinterpretations that could lead to unintended consequences. When laws are straightforward, enforcement becomes more uniform and predictable, ensuring that all citizens receive equal treatment under the law. This clarity isn't just a stylistic improvement, it's a foundational reform that will empower the public and restore faith in governmental processes. Number two, simplifying taxation and financial interactions. Every year, millions of Americans struggle with a taxing system that is as complex as it is convoluted. By redesigning tax forms to mirror the simplicity of everyday bills, like those for utilities or a vehicle payment, we can make understanding tax obligations a routine, manageable task. When the language and the format of tax documents are simplified, it transforms what has been a dreaded chore into a process that is accessible to all, allowing citizens to confidently manage their financial responsibilities. Implementing a real-time digital tool is another critical step. With modern technology, we can create systems that automatically calculate tax obligations and display a clear, itemized breakdown of how every dollar is computed. This transparency in calculation helps demystify the process and ensures that every taxpayer is aware of how their contributions are being determined. Such technological integration not only saves time, but it also reduces the chance of errors and misunderstandings. Additionally, educational resources should be made available to explain the tax process in straightforward terms. By providing accessible guides, the government can empower individuals from middle school students to senior citizens to understand exactly how the system works. This educational outreach reinforces the notion that taxation is a civic duty that should be clear and understandable, not a mysterious ritual reserved for specialists. Number 3, embedding accountability to counter greed and collusion. Government roles inherently come with significant power, and with power, the risk of abuse and inevitably arises. To prevent the misuse of authority, it is essential to establish independent oversight bodies dedicated solely to monitoring government actions and financial transactions. These oversight committees would serve as a neutral check on power, ensuring that every decision and expenditure is scrutinized from an unbiased perspective. Such structures help ensure that the government remains accountable to the public, not to the personal ambitions or external influences. Transparent audits are another cornerstone of accountability. By mandating regular, publicly accessible audits at all levels of government, any discrepancies or irregularities can be quickly identified and addressed. This level of transparency deters corruption and fosters an environment where officials are motivated to act in the public interest because they know their actions are being continuously monitored. Regular audits also serve as a reassuring reminder to citizens that their money is being managed responsibly. In addition to oversight and audits, implementing stricter term limits and rotating key positions can help prevent the entrenchment of power. When the same individuals remain in power for extended periods, opportunities for collusion and undue influence grow. By encouraging a regular influx of fresh perspectives, the government can reduce the likelihood of long-standing alliances forming that prioritize personal gain over the public service. These measures ensure that leadership remains dynamic, accountable, and ever focused on serving the people. Finally, enhanced ethics and conflict of interest rules are essential. Strengthening these laws will ensure that any potential conflicts are promptly identified and managed, preventing personal interest from interfering with public duties. This commitment to ethical governance is not only helps to build the public trust, but also reinforces the principle that every decision made by an elected official should prioritize the welfare of the nation. Number 4, maintaining professionalism and national dignity. The president is more than a policymaker. They are the embodiment of our nation's values and ideals. Every public appearance and decision is closely scrutinized both at home and abroad. When a leader maintains a high standard of professionalism, it sets a powerful example for citizens and cements the nation's reputation on the global stage. Upholding these standards demonstrates a commitment to excellence and instills confidence in the people of the international and in international partners alike. Personal integrity plays a vital role in maintaining national dignity. Leaders must remember that their behavior and choices reflect directly on the nation. Personal scandals or instances of unprofessional conduct can quickly erode public trust and damage the country's image abroad. A professional demeanor marked by restraint and thoughtful decision-making is essential for preserving the respect and admiration that our nation deserves. The oath of office is a solemn pledge to serve the people, placing the interest of the nation above any personal gain. It is crucial for every leader to internalize this responsibility and act accordingly, ensuring that their decisions consistently reflect the will and well-being of the citizens. Upholding this oath is not only a legal obligation but also a moral one, reinforcing the bond of trust between government and its people. Finally, inspiring confidence through professional conduct is a key factor in effective governance. When leaders act with dignity and responsibility, they reinforce the notion that their authority stems from the public's trust. This trust is the foundation of a successful democracy and is essential for maintaining both domestic stability and international respect. Number 5, embracing digital transformation in government services. In today's digital era, the public expects government services to be as efficient and as accessible as modern online platforms. By embracing a digital transformation, we can ensure that every interaction with government is seamless and user-friendly. Developing comprehensive online portals where citizens can manage everything from filing taxes to renewing licenses would modernize government services and bring them into the 21st century. Real-time communication is another benefit of digital innovation. With integrated digital tools, government agencies can provide instant updates on policies, financial obligations, or service changes. This immediacy does not only keeps the public informed, but also reduces uncertainty and builds confidence in governmental processes. Timely communication is essential for fostering a transparent relationship between the government and its citizens. However, as we digitize services, cybersecurity must remain a top priority. Protecting sensitive personal data is critical to maintaining public trust in a digital government. By investing in robust cybersecurity measures, we can safeguard against breaches and ensure that every citizen's information remains secure. This commitment to security is as important as the efficiency gains provided by the digital transformation and must be integrated into every aspect of the modernization process. Overall, a fully digitized government service model would not only simplify everyday interactions but also make government more accessible and accountable. By leveraging technology, we can create a system that is both responsive and transparent, thereby ensuring that the government services truly work for the people. Number 6, expanding citizen engagement and educational outreach. Government should be a living, breathing institution that involves its citizens at every stage of the decision making. Expanding citizen engagement means creating avenues for the public to participate actively in the democratic process. By organizing regular public forums and town hall meetings, the government can facilitate direct dialogue between citizens and their representatives. This interaction ensures that policies are not created in a vacuum, but are informed by real needs and concerns of the people. Civic education is fundamental to fostering a well-informed electorate. By integrating comprehensive civic education programs in schools and community centers, we can equip citizens with the knowledge they need to understand government processes and their roles within them. These programs should explain everything from how laws are made to the intricacies of tax systems, ensuring that every individual is prepared to engage with and influence government policy. Creating collaborative policymaking channels is another key aspect of expanding citizen engagement. When the public is involved in early stages of policymaking, it ensures that policies reflect a broader spectrum of ideas and concerns. Mechanisms for public input, whether through online surveys, public comment periods, or citizen advisory boards, allow for a more inclusive and responsive approach to the governance. This collaborative spirit is essential for a healthy democracy where every voice is heard and valued. Ultimately, increasing citizen engagement and educational outreach not only strengthens democratic processes, but it also deepens the bond between the government and its people. When citizens are informed and involved, they become active participants in shaping their own future, creating a more resilient and responsive society. Advancing fiscal responsibility and government efficiency. Every taxpayer deserves to know what their money is being spent on and it's being spent wisely. Advancing fiscal responsibility involves a rigorous examination of government spending, ensuring that every dollar is used efficiently to benefit the public. By streamlining budgeting processes, and the government can create a transparent system where the allocation of funds is clear and justified. This modernized approach to budgeting would make it easier for citizens to see exactly how their contributions are being invested in essential services. Implementing performance metrics is another vital component of fiscal responsibility. Government programs should be evaluated on their effectiveness and efficiency with clear indicators of success and accountability. This performance-based approach helps identify areas where resources can be reallocated to maximize public benefit, ensuring that every program delivers real, measurable outcomes for the community. Encouraging cost-effective solutions is equally important. Government initiatives should be designed with both innovation and frugality in mind, reducing administrative overhead while still achieving significant public service outcomes. By fostering an environment where creative and efficient solutions are prioritized, the government can reduce waste and improve service delivery, ultimately enhancing the quality of life for all citizens. In sum, a strong commitment to fiscal responsibility and efficiency not only respects the hard-earned dollars of taxpayers, but also creates a more sustainable and effective government. It's about doing more with less and ensuring that every investment in public services is made with the best interest of the people in mind. Number 8, renewing our commitment to democracy and transparency. At the core of every reform is a renewed commitment to the fundamental values of democracy. Transparency in government is not merely a goal, it is a necessity for building trust and ensuring that every citizen feels represented. When leaders are open about their decisions, their policies, and their expenditures, it reinforces the idea that the government is operating for the public good. This full disclosure is essential in a system where the people, not a select few, hold the ultimate power. Encouraging public participation is another pillar of a thriving democracy. When the government actively seeks the input of its citizens, it fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility among the populace. Creating structured opportunities for feedback and a dialogue ensures that government actions reflect the collective will of the people. This participatory approach not only leads to better policy decisions, but also strengthens the legitimacy of the governmental authority. Restoring trust is perhaps the most important aspect of renewing our commitment to democracy. When government actions are aligned with democratic ideals, characterized by openness, accountability, and inclusivity, citizens are more likely to believe in and support the institutions that serve them. This trust is the lifeblood of any democratic society, ensuring that public policies are met with engagement rather than skepticism. Ultimately, a steadfast commitment to democracy and transparency ensures that government remains by the people, for the people. It is a promise that every decision, every reform, and every policy will be made with the best interest of the nation at heart. Now, as I conclude today's discussion on Shelbrook Speaks Out, I want to leave you with this final thought. Leadership is a sacred trust bestowed by the people. every reform, from clear communication and simplified financial processes to rigorous accountability, digital modernization, and robust citizen engagement, is a step toward a government that honors that trust. Our nation deserves a government that is efficient, transparent, and fundamentally respectful of the citizens that it serves. As you navigate the challenges of today and the uncertainties of tomorrow, remember that every decision should reflect the core values of service, integrity, and accountability. If you agree with the ideas and reforms discussed in today's episode, please share this message with as many people as possible. Let's get this message in front of everyone that needs to hear it, because a better government begins with an informed and engaged citizenry. I will personally stand by this message and answer to any agency if it means making it a better place for myself, my family, my friends, and everyone else around me. My question is, can you help get it to that point? I am but one man, and this cannot happen as a solo mission. Are you in? I want to thank you for joining me on Shelbrook Speaks Out. Once again, I'm your host, Ben Shelbrook, and I hope that today's insights inspire you to lead with clarity, efficiency, and an unwavering commitment to the American people. Let's work together and build a brighter, fairer future for all of us. Thank you. Well, that's it for today's episode of Shelbrook Speaks Out. A big thanks to Intertwine for providing the music. Be sure to go over and check them out on Spotify. If you've enjoyed the show, head over to benshelbrook.com where you can grab some merch and find other ways to support the podcast. You can also show your support directly by clicking the support button on our website or through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to everything are in the episode description. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next time. This is Ben Shelbrook signing off. Have a great day.